Well, it looks like Toyota sending us a Tundra 4x4 Limited Crewmax. I guess 5.5 is the length of the bed. Maybe, I guess. Here's the standard equipment. I'm not going to read it off. I'll just show it. You can freeze frame if there's something here that interests you. Now we get to the price. Look at all these options. Which of course jacks the price up just a bit. But the most important option is the TRD off-road package. Alloy wheels, skid plates, Bilstein shocks, etc., etc. Crawl control. Gives you the hint that's made for off-roading. So you're taking a look at the price sheet. Let's go take a look at the truck. By the way, if you like off-roading and Toyota products, we did a video on the 4Runner TRD. One of my favorites, so I have a link for that video at the end of this video. And 5 months ago, we did a total review on Toyota Tundra's new engines, their performance, fuel economy, and so forth, so you might want to watch that one too. We'll have that at the end of this video. So at our test facility, let's open the door, roll out this Tundra, see what it looks like. What a nice color. And here we go, a nice bright red paint job. I like this. With the blacked out TRD wheels. And the TRD decal, so everybody know you forked up the extra dough. And by now I'm sure you're aware the old V8 is gone. It was a nice motor. However, it drank a lot of fuel. So they replaced it with some turbo V6s with more power and better fuel economy. Drive a lot better. And there's some Toyota fans out there saying, why don't they just offer both the V8 and the V6s? Ford does. Yeah, Ford's got a V8 and 3 V6s, but Ford sells something like 700,000 trucks a year, and Toyota doesn't sell quite that many, so they just can't afford to have a V8 and a V6 option. So V6 turbo is what you get. There are two you're likely to find on the lots: 379 horsepower, 479 pounds-feet of torque, or the Max partial hybrid, 437 horsepower, 583 torque rating. There is a light-duty 348 horsepower V6 out there. I think this is a work truck, but you'll never find one unless you're looking for a work truck. The other two are the majority of trucks you'll find. Fuel economy is claimed at 20 to 24, two-wheel drive, or 19 to 22 if you have four-wheel drive. This one's not the hybrid, but they both get the same fuel economy. Just the other one, the hybrid's more powerful. We've taken this out in the real world to get the real world numbers. Don't go away. Let's look at the good features. A nice large glove box. Put a lot of stuff in there. Sunshades slide back and forth to block out the sun from the side windows. Some vehicles don't do that, amazingly. A giant 14-inch screen. Your drive modes: Sport, Normal, and Eco. Here's your four-wheel drive selector. Climate controls, very simple to use. If you don't like the mirror, there's a rear view camera set up, offering a wide range of view. My only one complaint: a lot of the plastics used are pretty chintzy looking to me, and come on guys, this was a brand new truck from the ground up. Couldn't you have forked up a few extra bucks for some nice interior materials? But I guess not. There's a lot of loose stuff that rattles when you're going off-road. And this is kind of flimsy, although a lot of Toyota plastics are flimsy. I've never seen one break. This probably won't either, but makes you wonder. And I'm not the only car reviewer complaining about Toyota plastics, but not a deal breaker. Now let's do some driving, and the power steering on this Toyota truck is very good, as all Toyotas and Lexus products. Very quick, responsive, decent feel. Feels hydraulic, which is what we want, rather than that flimsy electric stuff we're getting on many vehicles today. No complaints here. Let's take some speed humps around 15 to 20 miles per hour. By the way, if you hear some rattling in here, it's not the truck. I've got some toolboxes in the back seat. Here comes bump number 1. Pretty smooth. Number 2. And the nasty one. A little firm on that one, but still comfortable. The base V6 isn't as quick as the hybrid setup, but quick enough. Turbo kicks in at low RPM. And it's definitely a lot quicker than the old V8. Far more. Perfect brake feel, by the way. In mixed commuting, we're getting 14.8 mpg. Let's reset this. Now we'll take a highway trip. Bump up the numbers a bit. A lot of journalists complain that the TRD packages offered it on Toyota trucks ride too stiff and are too noisy, and I've never, ever found that to be true. Yeah, you can bounce around a little bit more because of stiffer shocks, but you don't feel it in the cabin. You get better stability. So I don't think they know what they're talking about, frankly. In any case, I have no issues with this one. There is a bunch of wind noise, though, because of these wide mirrors. Like so. Once I get on the freeway, I'll retract them. Like so. That'll reduce some of the racket. I've driven a lot of these new turbo V6 engines from Toyota. The iForce and the iForce Max, and at 75 miles per hour, maybe a bit more. Doing a bit of passing. The fuel economy is usually around 19 to 20 mpg. You keep the speed down around 70 miles per hour to 65, you can get around low 20s. I suspect we'll be seeing around 19 to 20 today. Roll of the dice, I'm pretty sure I'm right. We'll find out soon enough. 18.7, a bit less than what I wanted, but in all fairness, I have about a half a ton of furniture in the bed I'm hauling today. Probably not a good time to do a MPG test, but I'm going to dump it out the next half hour and we'll try again. I don't have a load in the bed anymore, so I'll reset the mileage computer. Now that we're about half ton lighter, take another highway trip, see if we can bump up the numbers. So 19.7 mpg, slight improvement with the lighter bed. As I was mentioning, I've driven both the standard V6 and the high performance hybrid assist. Fuel economy is the same for both. The only difference is the hybrid assist is a lot quicker, a lot quicker, but costs a lot more too. The standard engine is just fine for most purposes, unless you're really going to tow a lot of heavy stuff. We did have some four-wheeling plan, but since we have a tire in for repair, I don't want to go out in the sticks without a spare, so not today. We've taken other Tundras out, 4x4ing though, if you want to watch those videos. I did notice, however, one thing about Tundras, I can never find a tow hook. Now on a standard Tundra, okay, but this is TRD, made for off-roading. I don't find anything under there that you would hook up to. I don't find any screw-in tow hooks in the tire repair kit. Can't find anything in the manual, so make a comment in the comment section. Let me know what the tow hook situation is. I'd like to hear about it. In the meantime, what's my take on this Tundra after a week of driving? I like it. Nice looking truck. I know it's hard to break away from the V8. They don't make any more. I like that engine, but the V6 performs better, so I'm not complaining. It's hard to get a discount on these, but the resale value is high, so you make up for it on the other end. If I was going to buy a full-size truck, this would probably be the first on my list.